Hey amigos, welcome to episode 2 of the PSC podcast. So, whether you are new to diagnosis, an old pro, or just curious about how to move better with PSC, you've come to the right place. Welcome to PSCFIT, the podcast dedicated to helping all PSC warriors, where invisible illness meets visible strength. No ego, no fluff, just the information you need to stay strong. I'm your host, Thomas Fowler, and today we're going to tackle the traffic light system. If any of you follow me on Instagram, firstly, why not if you're not? My Instagram handle is at PSCFIT. But yeah, if you follow me on there, you will probably be sick to death by now of hearing about the traffic light system. I'm not going to stop talking about it because what's been really evident and it's been really wicked to see over well, pretty much this last week, since pretty much last Tuesday, since the first episode went live, a couple more people have been using the traffic light system, and like the feedback's been, yeah, it's been really good. It's been really nice. I'll share one of the comments now, and it did make me chuckle because obviously PSC Fit is specifically for the PSC community, and that's the demographic of people that I coach and I want to continue working with. But they said, hey, I found the traffic light system thing to be very helpful. It makes perfect sense, and I will even let some family members know about it. Cheers for the share. I just thought it was really funny, and obviously it's really nice, but funny that they'll even let their family know about it. Love that. Share it with everyone. Share it with the fam alam, because that's what it's all about. However, if you are thinking, what on earth are you rabbiting on about? The traffic light system is it's definitely not unique. I did not create the traffic lights, red, amber, and green. Yeah, I can't take any credit for that. So yeah, don't sue me. Um, but what I did create was effectively the check-in system of the traffic lights. And what I want to do is I'm just going to run through all of the questions with you. There's only a handful of questions. So the intention behind creating it was just to have, 20 to 30 seconds, a minute maximum every single morning, just to check in with yourself, just to see how you genuinely are feeling. So you can approach the day in the right way. Because some days we're going to be on top of the world, some days we're not. And that's fine. But what we should do is we should learn how to adapt and adjust internally when we're feeling a little bit fragile or feeling like we can conquer the world. And what I'll do is I'm going to answer it live with you now, pretty much with how I have been answering it all of this week. So if you're watching on YouTube now, I probably look a little bit tired. I definitely need a haircut. But it's been a very stressful week with family reasons. Teenage children, teenage girls specifically, bring a whole wealth of fun and challenges. So yeah, it's been a very, very stressful week for all of us at home. But this is part and parcel of life, and especially of having teenagers and teenage girls. So the first question on the traffic light system is, what is my body telling me this morning? Now there are three options here in line with the traffic lights. So red, I need to protect and reduce. Orange, I need to pace and be intentional. And green, I can move forward, but wisely. Pretty much every day this week, no, in fact, every single day this week, I have been on an amber. Now, that is primarily because, like I said, stress is high, so fatigue is high. Sleep has been disturbed and not been the best. So again, the fatigue element is high. And because of that, I can't go to the gym every single day or three, four times a week or whatever. I just haven't physically and mentally had that capacity and that bandwidth to do so. And as a consequence, I haven't trained this week. I've moved, I've done workouts, but I haven't trained. So this week I've predominantly been taking 20, 30 minute, I say bike rides, but I'm riding to nowhere because it's just on my exercise bike because I needed to be at home and I needed to have that physical release to help manage the stress. And then I take a lunchtime walk every single day. So although I haven't been able to resistance train, strength train, which is what I love to do, I haven't been able to do that this week. So to compensate with that, I've pretty much had an hour in total of movement. Some days it's been a little bit less, and that's fine because I needed to pace and I needed to be intentional because if I try to do too much, I'm going to burn out. I'm going to end up then in the red zone and then going to need to step back that little bit more. Question two, what is my emotional capacity today? Am I easily overwhelmed, able to handle it steady, strong and resilient? Now, again, this week for me personally, I haven't come out of easily overwhelmed. And again, a lot of that is purely because I'm knackered. There's no two ways about it. I had my uh, 6 month checkup with my hepatologist Monday just gone. Um, and that was a real juxtaposition, should we say? I don't know if that is the right word, but it was, yeah, it was interesting because it was a really good appointment and we had some really good conversations. And I did say to her, like, this is the probably like the best I've felt in such a long time. And then not even 12 hours later, completely sort of flipped. The PSC side of things, um, my pain management and everything else that comes with PSC hasn't deteriorated or it hasn't moved. So that's been a bit of a positive because that's one less sort of worry I have to think about. And it just allows me to focus, again, that little bit more at home and being more present at home. Question three, if I push myself today, what will it cost me tomorrow? And I think this is a really important question as well, because again, looking at this week, if I moved things around in my diary, yes, I definitely could have gone to the gym. Yes, I definitely could have trained. However, by putting my body under that additional stress, you know, today, it is going to cost me tomorrow because my energy is going to be non-existent. I'm going to be sore as hell because my body's just under so much stress and my central nervous system's going to be absolutely shot to shit. I just literally lost my train of thought as I was saying that. So no energy, central nervous system will be shot to shit. I'll be grouchy, I'll be aggy because I'm tired and achy. And I don't know about you, but that is not the kind of person that I like to be, and I definitely don't like to show up like that at home, especially with having children. Um, there are obviously going to be days where we are grumpy, we are grouchy, and that's life. Like that's fine. They give just as much as we do, but I guess they're kind of allowed because they're kids and we know better. And then the last thing, and I'll do another podcast on this because, well, let me tell you the question. So the question is, what one thing can I do for myself today? This one really throws people, and it's always interesting because people always think too kind of deep into it. And I had someone the other day and they said, I'm going to drink more water. No, I'm going to drink water. So I went back and I challenged it. I was like, no, I'm going to drink water and it was and something else. So I went back and I was like, and the word one thing are in capital letters. So I was like, great. So what is the one thing you're going to do? And they're like, okay, I'm going to drink water. I was like, okay, cool. Like, but how much water? Like, let's dial into that. Let's be really specific with that because you could have a sip of water and effectively, yeah, you've done your one thing, but the likelihood is you're going to want to drink more water than one sip. So she's got this, is it called a Stanley cup? I don't know. It's like a 1.2 or 1.3 liter uh, water bottle flask thing. It's huge. But she's like, yeah, I'm going to finish one of them for the day. I was like, okay, cool. How many do you normally drink? And she's like, oh, not even half. I was like, wicked. So today then, have that one thing. And then that's your day effectively won. So I've gone all around that really caggy-handed. So effectively, the one thing is quite literally that. Every single day, you focus on one thing to move forward, whether that's in your health, your love, money, job, career, anything. As long as you're moving the needle forward by at least 1%, and it's one thing, then you win your day. And that doesn't necessarily mean that if you don't get that thing completed that day, then you're a failure. It just means that there's feedback, and tomorrow you know what you need to do to ensure that you do achieve your one thing. And for me, every single day this week, my one thing has been the same thing, and that is at least a minimum of 30 minutes of movement. So again, movement rather than training, because there are things that I can control and there are things that I can't control. But one thing I can control is just having the simple element of movement. So there we have it. Thank you so much for listening today. Do you know, actually, before I do sign off, a little a little treat for anyone that's watching on YouTube. This is my co-host, and if you're listening and you can't see my co-host, my deepest apologies. You might hear her sniffing down the earbuds. But yeah, this is my co-host, my little bestie, my little girl Frankie, my little pooch. Mm. So yeah, that's my co-host. So yeah, thank you for listening today. I hope you're feeling more empowered and a lot more informed. If you have any questions about what I've covered, or if there's a topic you want me to dive into, hit me up on Instagram, PSCFIT. And the link for that is always in the show notes. And if you could also subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen, or if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe on there. I would be ever so grateful. And please, if you haven't already, share PSC Fit with another PSC warrior or a friend or loved one of a PSC warrior. Remember, your journey is unique, but you don't have to navigate it alone as we take this invisible illness and give it visible strength. And just ever so quickly before I do disappear, if you want to take advantage of the PSC traffic light system, not only do I strongly recommend it, but you can try it for absolutely bugger all. The link for that is also down below in the show notes, and it's linked on my Instagram page as well. So that you. And yeah, it's completely free of charge, and I would genuinely love for every single one of you to give it a go and to try it. So yeah, I'll catch you next time. Peace.